All right, people, here we go. Time for maybe the last Talkin Texans of the year. I'm going ahead and shoot this video now. I'm just telling you. I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot this video now because at this point, ain't nothing on my TV. It's not even halftime yet. I cut the game off. I cut the motherfucker off because I pretty much see where this shit is going already. Ain't no use to me watching the rest of the game, pissing myself off, watching the rest of this goddamn game when I don't see it. I just don't see it. Now the last time I did that was Jacksonville, and they fucked around and won that game. I don't see that shit happening here. I really don't, because what I see is the same thing from last year. In the flip of a hat, flap. The flip of a hat. This is not a flip of a hat. But just like that, boom. We got last year's situation all over goddamn again. I'm sitting here, I'm watching the game, and I'm just looking at it. I already don't like how the game look. It's all misty. I don't know if my eyes is fucking with me or the broadcast is fucked up with this misty ass, snowy ass shit. This goddamn Blair Witch weather they got up there. I'm looking at my TV like, God damn it, man. Because I'm vision impaired. And shit be looking fuzzy already. I need a clear goddamn broadcast. But anyway, I'm watching the goddamn game and the defense is doing what the defense is doing, and the offense is looking like shit. The offense is looking like shit. As per usual, the offense just like, nah. They can't run the ball worth nothing. Not at all. Motherfuckers is pulling up lame all over the place. And I don't get a bunch of this. I don't follow the team throughout the goddamn weekend. I wait till game day. And I was like, okay, Trent Brown was out. What the fuck happened to Trent Brown? He got an ankle. When the fuck did that happen? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is pulling up lane and shit. I'm like, goddamn. So we out Nico Collins. And then right tackle is down. He hurt his ankle some kind of goddamn way. So he's out. So, and I'm looking, I can't look and tell what the fuck is going on with the offensive line shuffling and shit. And then I look at the shit. Titus Howard went down. And I'm still trying to figure out, he went down with this ankle injury or whatever the fuck, and I'm like, how they showed the replay and somebody get hurt unless it's some fucked up shit. And they showed him. And I'm looking, I'm like, where the fuck did he hurt his ankle? Because when he was on the ground, they showed him he laying on the ground, face down, like he done got hit by a car. And then they showed the injury, and I was just like, what the fuck happened? What happened? How the fuck did he hurt? He just hurt his ankle just standing there? Like Dalton Schultz did? Just pull up lane for no goddamn reason in the end zone. And he out for the rest of the game. I'm like, he run around the end zone and just, at the end of a route, at the end of the play, and then all of a sudden he's like, What did these motherfuckers do? Because some of these injuries I'll be seeing from these motherfuckers I can see if a motherfucker, is banged up and getting hit and all kinds. Motherfuckers is just pulling up lane for no goddamn reason at all. I'm like, this is the time. This is the time this shit to happen. So I'm watching the offense fuck up already because I didn't even know they was out there on that fucked up ass offensive line shit again like we were last year. So I was ignorant of that shit watching the game when I first turned it on. And then other motherfuckers, Schultz go down, then Howard go down, and right at that same time, Woody Marks was out the goddamn game. But that don't matter worth shit because he can't get no more than 1 goddamn yard per carry. And he ain't gonna get no more than 1 goddamn yard per carry because they back on that bullshit ass offensive line shit. Ain't nothing ideal about what they doing out there. And then on top of that, at this point in the game, Strider threw 4 goddamn interceptions. He done threw 4 goddamn interceptions. It's a first half. And I'm sitting there, and he ain't gonna have no game like he had last week. That's some one-off shit, No, he gonna do the same shit. He just gonna do it a little bit different. And CJ probably need to change the scenery. I'm gonna tell you that right. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I'm thinking CJ need to change the goddamn scenery. If they give that motherfucker any kind of big ass contract down here, they stupid. Cause he ain't showed not one bit that he deserved any of that. He ain't showed that he deserved to be making, all those to take up the whole goddamn team's salary cap. You know what I'm saying? He ain't showed that. He hasn't. He hasn't showed that. He ain't, not even close. Not even close. Put my goddamn alcohol in my. I gotta soak my feet. Yeah, man. It's just nothing. And I'm sitting here and I'm trying to figure out, okay, who the fuck can I blame? Where's the blame going? You know what I'm saying? In this whole goddamn scenario. And the shit done shifted for me. It really has. The whole thing done shifted to where I'm like, okay, earlier in the year, it's like, okay, Nick Haley sucks. Because quite frankly, he did. Can't say that now. Can't say that now. I'm watching the game and I'm like, okay, the play calling don't look like it's sucking. The execution is what's going. These motherfuckers can't run the goddamn plays right. You get a goddamn you get a fucking touchdown called off the board. Pull off the scoreboard. Because you get a procedural penalty down there on the goal line. Because you want to stick your defensive lineman back there in the backfield. You got motherfuckers that play fullback. You got tight ends you can stick back there. You stick a motherfucking defensive lineman back there, and you got a motherfucker going in motion. He don't get down set. You know what I'm saying? You got to be down set while the other dude is running and shit. He hadn't got down set yet. And then you got 2 motherfuckers in motion, because that's what they call that for. And I'm just like, why is he in the game? He didn't need to be in the game. You know what I'm saying? You got British Brooks, and you got another goddamn tight end that you can stick back there. What are you doing? You put somebody back there that, your offense already get procedural penalties all the goddamn time. And then you stick a motherfucker back there that's not even on the offense. And get a goddamn penalty. And then get a touchdown call back. That type of shit. Oh, man, I'm just like, come the fuck on, man. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, for real. You do. You gotta be fucking kidding me. This water hot? No, it's not. Good. Can't stick my feet in no hot ass water. It's bad ass news. I'm gonna tell you that. And that just irks the fuck out of me. It really does, man. Especially to watch, that last drive that I saw the defense had where the Patriots scored. I'm like, okay, that shit is going to happen. Because they've been stuffing their ass for the most part. They ain't been doing nothing. Yeah. They ain't been doing nothing. So, it's expected. And then your offense come out there and there's no chance. You know what I'm saying? There's no chance for your offense to do anything. Because at this point, you're undermanned. You know what I'm saying? You down 1, 2, 3. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're down 4 starters on offense. 2 offensive linemen and your 2 top receivers. That sound familiar? That sounds like last year all over again, don't it? It sounds like last year all the fuck over again. Except for your quarterback is part of the problem now. Last year, CJ wasn't a part of the goddamn problem like that. The last 2 games, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with CJ? Because CJ looks scared out there. CJ looked like somebody out there playing quarterback. He looked like somebody that's out there playing quarterback, and he's scared he gonna get a whooping when he get back to the goddamn sideline from fucking up, which usually makes people fuck up even more. That's what it looked like. Don't nothing look comfortable. All his throws, don't nothing look comfortable. Everything looks rushed. One of the last interception is just like, the dude is right there. How do you miss him? You throw the ball 2 feet behind the goddamn dude. How do you miss that throw? It's just, how do you miss that? I was like, how the fuck you miss that? You are a quarterback in the motherfucking NF motherfucking L. How do you miss that throw? I can make that throw. And I ain't thrown a football in probably 15, 16 years. I haven't. And you put a football in my hand, I can walk outside and bloop, hit a motherfucker on the move. I'm pretty goddamn sure of that. Now, can I do that with motherfuckers chasing me and doing all kind of shit? That's a little bit different. But still, some of those throws that he missed ain't exactly rushed. At least from our perspective. In his head, they might be. It ain't been no opportunities to run at all. And people are like, yeah, maybe, CJ need to, take it down and run a little bit more, use his legs and shit. If you've been watching these last couple of games, them opportunities ain't been there. They had not. I think he had one opportunity to run in this game where he had room to run, but he dumped it off to Schultz, and they got that 40-something yard play. He could have ran. There was room for him to run for about 15, 20 yards, but he gave it to he dumped it off to the tight end, and the tight end he had 40-something yards. So, you got to know when to do shit. And it just, everything is, nothing looks like it's even close to working. You know what I'm saying? Nothing even looked like it's close to working. He had one, the fucked up bad throw. I'm like, why would you throw that? He had that rush throw. He threw an interception. I don't even know what the fuck he was throwing to. Then he had the other interception where Hutchinson knocked the ball in the goddamn air. I can't really blame quarterbacks for that, but they go on their goddamn stats. Where your receiver get his hands on the ball and flick it up in the air or some shit, and he just, I don't know, man. Shouldn't be that goddamn difficult. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be that goddamn difficult. With the people that you got out there. You know, with the people that you got out there. And I got a real good glimpse of this shit right at the beginning of the game when they threw Kirk the ball. Ball hit him right in the chest. Boop. I'm like, really? That's how we starting off the goddamn game. Ball hit this dude right in the fucking chest. How do you miss that as a professional? Ball. Boop. Right here. Ball hits you right between the fucking numbers. You miss. You drop it. And even the touchdown pass they be caught. That pass didn't even look like it should have been thrown. It went for a touchdown, but if you look at that play, that looked like a pass that shouldn't have been thrown. You know, that looked like a pass that shouldn't have been thrown. That throw was not accurate in where it was supposed to be. You know, even if you look at that, I'm like, even the touchdown looked like shit. God damn it. Just, you know, ain't nothing on the offensive side of the ball look right. And I started forgiving shit once I realized that I was like, oh shit, our offensive lineman is down. I didn't know our offensive line was gonna be shuffling and we was going back to that shit again. Because if you got our backup offensive lineman out there, we not fit to do shit. You know, if we ain't got our best five out there, you can't shuffle in two motherfuckers. You can't shuffle in two motherfuckers. And it was obvious. I was like, well, it's obvious why the run game ain't working now. You see it. Okay. And other than our running game being shit, just by default, I still don't like I still don't like the Texans running game. I'll let just stand back there and hand the ball to the motherfucking shit. This is just that is just horrible to me. I don't see why they hadn't figured something else out other than that. Bubbles here on my feet. Like we hadn't gotten past that yet. Just back there in the shotgun. You know. You get stuffed in the goddamn backfield. It ain't no misdirection. It ain't no nothing. It's just that's why your run game don't work. You've been doing that same shit all goddamn year long. And you hadn't learned. You ain't watched no other goddamn teams run the ball. You ain't watched no other teams at all. Mr. Nick Haley, you hadn't watched any other teams run the ball. And notice that they got a variety of shit going on in the back goddamn field other than just catch the ball, hand it to the running back, and let him walk up to the goddamn line. Did you see the goddamn, the third and short that they got? They gave it to Nick Chubb. And Nick Chubb, he got the first down, but he just kind of stuttered past the first down. They needed like this much. And you think they give a motherfucker the ball where he hit the goddamn line like, ugh. No, they give him the ball and he got to, shuffle up. I'm just like, that was the weakest first down run I've seen in a long ass time. And you can't blame the running back for that because he didn't call that goddamn play. Yeah, then none of the pass plays gonna work because they gonna blitz the hell out of them because they didn't already saw that's what you do. They off the offensive line that they got out there can't handle that. Whatever blocking scheme they got out there can't handle that. Like what was that? It was that one of them interceptions he threw. Motherfuckers tripping over each other in the goddamn backfield. The tight end Harrison Bryant came in. I think he was in motion or something. He came in. He was supposed to been blocking somebody on the left on the left side that came in free. He come across and tripped over the goddamn left tackle and fell the fuck down. I'm just like, you know, what's really going on? Goddamn, too many bumps. You know, what's really going on with this shit? The offense just looked inept in so many goddamn ways. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And it's blame all over the goddamn place. You know what I'm saying? You can blame the quarterback. Quarterback's fucked up. I don't know what's wrong. This motherfucker shell shocked. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with CJ Stroud. He ain't playing worth shit. And then you got motherfuckers pulling up lane. You know what I'm saying? You got motherfuckers pulling up lane, and it's like, no. Well, that's even less we can do. You know, offensive linemen, they pulling up lane. You can't do shit then. If the offensive linemen pull up lane by themselves, that's enough to throw the goddamn game. And then you got to throw in the missing receivers and your goddamn quarterback playing like shit on top of that. The fuck you gonna do? The defense ain't for to score 30 points. You know what I'm saying? They not for to score 30 points. Offense probably wouldn't even score 30 points. Tell you the truth. They damn sure not today. You know, they damn sure not today. I turned the goddamn game off. This is bullshit. I'm sitting there thinking, he's just like, okay, and now it's to the point where I'm like, okay, I gotta hop on the computer over there and cancel my Hulu. Because once the Texans lose, I ain't watching no more goddamn football. I give no shits. You know, I have whatever's left on the thing. You know, whatever little billing cycle it is or whatever. But after that, no, I ain't gonna see shit. I mean, like literally by the time the Super Bowl come around, my Hulu will be expired. So I won't give a damn either. You won't see no more from me until next preseason. But right now, I mean, it's just like right off the rip, Texans got to do some more drafting. They need a right tackle. So I think they more than likely gonna try to do a bit more of that free agency shit, which, you know, they need right tackle. So they probably gonna draft the tackle in the draft and the guard. You know, I don't care where they get their offensive line for. To tell you the truth, I really don't. As long as they get some good ones. Not like, you know, don't go through like the shit they went through earlier this year where they pay a motherfucker all this money and he don't even fucking play. And then he goes somewhere else and play and sucked anyway. So it didn't even fucking matter. What's his name? Not Tomlinson. Tomlinson was the other guard. He went, they let him go. But it was another motherfucker. Whatever that left tackle. Robinson, Cam Robinson. Yeah, he thought he was going to start, and when they didn't start him, you know, they ended up having to release him or whatever the fuck they do, and he ended up going to Cleveland and didn't do shit up there. He got to play like he wanted to, but yeah, they got to get lucky on whatever shots that they hit. You know what I'm saying? Like with Ursery, they drafted Ursery. First, he started off a little rough, but you know, he did pretty good. And I think the only holes you're going to have is probably, I think they cool with Ed Ingram. I don't know about Titus Howard. I don't know where they want to permanently play him, because I think he's gonna be on the team, but I don't know where they gonna permanently play him. Whether it's at right tackle or one of the guard spots or whatever the fuck. But he gives you some flexibility of moving around with that shit. But they gonna have to draft. They're gonna have to draft. And hit with the offensive lineman. They gonna have to. They need another goddamn tight end. They do. They need another tight end. I've personally had about enough of this Dalton Schultz shit. I have. It's just like I need a tight end out there. You know what I'm saying? I see all these tight ends on these other teams, and then I look at Dalton Schultz, and I'm just like, yeah, we need fucking tight end. Dalton Schultz ain't it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna work. You too one-sided. You need somebody that can block at least a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody that can block. He's just a big ass receiver. That's all he is. He's just a big ass receiver. That's all he is. You know, the Texans just need more than that. You know, they need more than that. So they need another goddamn. They need another tight end. Because I don't think Cade Stover is gonna just turn into some superstar. I think he's just gonna be a motherfucker that just happens to be on the team, and is probably gonna be a special teams player after a while. I don't know receiving wise. It just, you know, I guess you fine receiver wise, but you need another tight end. That's about all I can fucking say right now. I would say, okay, well then they do need running back. They need a running back. Not that I don't think Nick Chubb is bad. I don't think Woody Marks is bad. You know, it's the running game itself. The running game itself don't lend itself for anybody to have a productive career. It just don't. It don't. The best you gonna see of Woody Marks is what you've seen from him, as long as he's in this offense. Even with Nick Chubb, you ain't gonna see no more Nick Chubb, and I ain't one of them Nick Chubb fans either. I don't know what Nick Chubb did before he got to Houston. I just know he was a star running back before he got to Houston. I know about the knee injury and all that other shit. I watch enough football and know to remember when he hurt his goddamn knee. But it's just like one of them things you see on the little highlights or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, he ain't gonna do nothing in this offense. You just can't keep running that man up the middle of the goddamn line like that. It was just no. You know, you can't do that. You don't even have the offensive line to do that. And that's all they know how to do. That's all the fuck they know how to do. Offensive line is just ass. The offensive play calling as far as the run game is just ass. Anything else comes down to execution. Everything else comes down to execution. I'm just like, man, you gotta iron this shit out. You gotta iron that shit out at some kind of way. At some point, you gotta iron that shit out. And you would think you had a whole goddamn season to do that. And here we is, in the playoffs, and the offense wait until now to regress to a point early in the season. When they damn near worse than they was early in the goddamn season. They got better week by week by week, incrementally better. And then the playoffs start, and then everything turned to shit. So, and I tell people, I say, you need to hold your goddamn horses. Motherfuckers want to, don't go into what these players and these coaches tell you about, you know, we play for the Super Bowl, and no, motherfucker, no. That's what motherfuckers will tell you and shit like that. That's not the truth of it. That's not the truth of it. You know, because going to the Super Bowl, you know, that's it. Motherfuckers, the whole goal is to go to the Super Bowl. No, not for everybody. Some people's goal is to win a motherfucking game. And that's it, week to week. Your goal is to win the goddamn game. Whoever next on the appointed, that's your goal. Win that game. And then, you know, the other goals aside of that is, you know, maybe win the division or whatever the fuck. But getting to the playoffs is what you trying to do. Ain't no use of talking about getting to the goddamn Super Bowl when you can't get to the playoffs. Right now, you got a team that made it to the playoffs. They managed to win a playoff game. You know what I'm saying? They managed to win a playoff game, and then, you know, in the division round, and it's going to be a whole bunch of people complaining about that. It's the same thing every year. No, it's not the same thing every year. You know what I'm saying? Now, the Texans ain't never been past this point in the playoffs, but it ain't been the same thing every year. Y'all forget those years where you barely could win a couple games in a season? So, no, it ain't been the same. No, you know, it ain't been the same. You get to the playoffs, you win a goddamn playoff game, and then you get there, you just, okay. At that point, it's a goddamn toss-up. You know what I'm saying? It's a goddamn toss-up when you get to this point in the goddamn season for a lot of folks. Like I say, every game is going to be a hard game. Texas going to win the Super Bowl this year. If they made it, probably the fuck not, because I don't think they beat Seattle. Seattle was one of them goddamn games this year that the Texans lost. It wasn't that, oh shit, you know, yeah, it was one possession and blah blah. No, they lost their goddamn game. They got beat against Seattle. So no, no. You know, even if they was to make it, they probably going to end up playing Seattle, and Seattle's gonna spank that ass. That's just how I see it. I would like for them to have that opportunity to get that ass spanked, but they got to get past New England. And like I said, it's probably in the third quarter now. But like I said, from what I've seen at this point, first half, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Even if CJ Stroud straighten the fuck up some kind of goddamn way, he go back there and they give him a bottle of man juice, and he man up and come back out there. You know what? It don't matter if CJ Stroud come out there and he's manned up and he got some nuts now, because they too undermanned everywhere else. Your offensive line undermanned, your receivers undermanned. Don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because if your offensive line is undermanned, you ain't, even with the receivers that you got out there, which you should be able to operate with, you ain't gonna be able to get them the ball. You're not gonna be able to get them the ball. They're not gonna give you time to, because they know your weakness is the offensive line. The only thing you gotta do is send 5 people. 4, you might be able to hold them. You send 1 extra motherfucker and just have one of them motherfuckers run a squiggly line instead of rushing straight. You fucked the whole goddamn shit up. You fucked the whole goddamn shit up. I didn't see no light. I didn't see no light. And it ain't me hating on the team. Is that okay? At this point, I recognize the pattern. It's the same thing we went through last year. You can't win being undermanned. You can't. You can't win being undermanned like that. It's just it ain't gonna win. That next man mentality that they always shooting up your ass. That shit ain't it don't work like that. It don't work like that. Motherfuckers is backups for a reason. They not starting for a reason. It's very rarely where you will have a backup come in there and perform just as well, if not better, than the person that was out there already. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna always happen. Just more likely it won't. You get a motherfucker come out there and hold his ground for a while. You know, I've seen that happen plenty goddamn time. I've seen it happen against the Texans quite a few times. You know, motherfucker throw an offensive lineman out there, and you be like, oh man, the offensive lineman went down. You get happy and shit, and they throw one of them backups out there, and shit don't look no different. You're like, I thought they was going to eat this man alive. Apparently, fuck not. Goddamn. Shit. I thought we had a break. Come to find out, this motherfucker's actually pretty decent. Yeah, they don't pay him for nothing. That shit, but we don't got that. We don't got that. We got people that they actively do not want to see on the field. Now they got Fisher, and they put him out there in that jumbo package all the goddamn time, which is good. Which is good, because you got your backup tackle out there, and he's constantly in the game because they run that jumbo package all the time. So if he has to come in the game, he ain't coming in cold. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing about that. But he's not the only person. It's just like he's not the only goddamn person. When you got two offensive linemen down, now you got another motherfucker coming in there. Now you can't run your jumbo package because your jumbo dude is in the game. And you got some other backup. I can't even think of who the fuck is even in the game right now. Patterson or whoever the fuck. I don't even know. And apparently, them motherfuckers is on the bench for a goddamn reason. Now they in the game, and the Texas offense is getting tore the fuck up. And it's obvious. You know what I'm saying? It's obvious. I'm just like, the blocker schemes is all fucked up because your starting tight end is out. And you got a backup in there that ain't been on the team. Well, he been on the team, but been inactive for I don't know how goddamn long. So this man is just out there going through the goddamn motions because, I mean, he ain't played football in I don't know how long. You know, it's just like, how the hell you expect for him to win like that? You know what I'm saying? How the hell you expect for him to win like that? I don't. I don't. And I'm going to watch the game, and I'm going to get pissed the fuck off. Knowing even what I know. All that shit I just explained, I'm still going to watch the goddamn game and get pissed the fuck off if I'm sitting there looking at this shit. So I don't. Why am I sitting here running my goddamn blood pressure up over some shit that I can't do nothing about? They can't hear me. They don't hear me fussing. Shit. Ain't shit they can do about it. Motherfuckers get hurt, and you got your quarterback out there playing like a bitch. What the hell? You know, when I get finished shooting this goddamn video, you know what I'm saying, I go to my little notification screen, the goddamn Texans score gonna be right up there at the top. I don't know what it's gonna fucking say. I'm hoping that it ain't still, well, it ain't gonna, I doubt it's still 21-10. But, because that's what the score was when I stopped watching it. And it was still in the first half. I'm just hoping that it ain't turned into some ridiculous ass shit. If it somehow got closer, I'll probably go back and watch it. If the shit done spaced out, I'm not gonna bother. I'm not gonna bother. You know what I'm saying? You just start hoping, good shit for next year. Hopefully they have a good draft. Hopefully they have a good, free agency market. You know what I'm saying? What they gonna do for the offense? They gonna keep Nick Caley, or they gonna move some shit around again? Because I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't be opposed to them moving on from Nick Caley, because that shit is got a big ass incomplete on it. It does. There's a big ass incomplete on it because he wasn't able to develop a run game. You keep Nick Caley, you got to bring somebody in. You're going to have co-offensive coordinators. If you do that shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can do that shit. You have, you got Caley working the passing part of it, and you have somebody else developing the run game. So even if you got Nick Caley calling the goddamn offense, you got somebody installing a fucking run game that's actually worth something. You know what I'm saying? They got to do something. You can't have Nick Caley doing what he's doing right now. You can't, because the offense is one-sided, like the team is one-sided. The team is all fucking defense. That's it. It's all fucking defense. The offense is all fucking pass game. It's all pass game. No run game. You got to balance that shit out. You got to balance that shit out. You got to change your operation, your blocking scheme, or whatever the fuck. That's probably going to come with bringing in some new goddamn offensive line, whatever the hell. But they need somebody to come in and be able to redo that part of the offense. If you have to hire a whole new motherfucker, then you have to hire a whole new motherfucker. Because you can't keep operating like this, or else it's going to be the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Else it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be this goddamn point for a lot of people. It is. You're supposed to been, making step. And we're supposed to be better than we was last year. That's not the case. It's just not. It's not the case. We're not better than we was last year. Once the playoffs started, we regressed right back to where we was last year. Right back to where we was last year. And then motherfuckers start dropping off. Pulling up lame, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an NFL player. I don't know, but some of these goddamn injuries is just, I'm just like I said earlier, what the fuck happened? You was just jogging. How the fuck, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you just jogging. What the fuck happened? You just standing there. What the fuck happened? You was fine at the end of the last game, just walking off the game, and all of a sudden you out for this game. What the fuck happened? You know what I'm saying? You got to put these motherfuckers in bubbles. You know what I'm saying? Roll their ass around in the wheelchair until the next game day. Don't let them walk or do the shit until the next goddamn game. Something. That shit actually pisses me off. These supposed to be top athletes. You know what I'm saying? I understand the game of football. I played football for a long goddamn time. But I ain't never had these goddamn injuries. It's just like, yep, there we go. Now, I am 50 goddamn years old. I do wake up and shit be like, "Ow! What the hell is that? You get up and start walking. My knee. Oh, my hip. That happened to me the other day. My goddamn, a couple of weeks ago. Hip just fucked up out of nowhere. All I did was go to bed. Couple of days ago. Like right now, my shoulder feels fine. It just, like last week, it's just like my shoulder had a separated shoulder or some shit to where I'm just like, God damn, what the fuck is wrong with my shoulder? Now my shoulder just goddamn fine. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers ain't 50. They ain't sitting around the house just getting old and shit like I am. These motherfuckers is 20, in their late 20s, early 30s. I played football up until I was 36. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should be goddamn fine. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should be goddamn fine. Especially because you're not doing shit in practice. At this time of the year, you know what I'm saying? You're not doing shit in practice. How the hell is you hurting shit? Just, I don't know. I'll be going on all day on that shit. That just, I don't get it. I don't get it. And I don't necessarily wanting motherfuckers to be, I'm still hurt, but I'm finna go out there and play. No, sit your ass down. You know, because some people be hurting and be still trying to go out there and play and be just fucking up. And like, no, just whatever. Just go sit down. Go sit down. You try it. You try it. But you ain't helping, goddamn it. I don't know, man. Lodge, watch this. I'll show y'all what I'm finna. I don't want to do this either. I pay for Hulu, so it's like $100-something, man, for live TV. Well,
who's watching?
On top of your
Jared profile button.
On top,
welcome.
On top of your
spotlight.
Regular subscription.
Row 1 details. Live now. NFL Houston Texans at New loading.
What's the scope?
KTRK. Houston Texans at New England Patriots.
I can't even see the goddamn scope.
Playoffs. National Football League. 27 minutes, 21 seconds remaining.
And I think D'Amico Ryans would be at least tempted to go with Davis Mills, who had 3 starts during the regular season as part of this long winning streak the Texans are on.
Look at it.
Why they ended up with a record of 12-5 and the number 5 seed.
I guess they just scored. It's snowing out there too, so. It's snowing out there. And I don't know what happened, but
Joe, as Corey just mentioned, C.J. Stroud did hit his hand a couple times. You see it happen there.
Oh.
Looking at that throwing hand, never received medical attention on the sideline for this at all. One thing they have talked about just
now, did C.J. Stroud might have hurt his hand or some shit. They talk about fuck. God damn. Yeah. Come on, now what are y'all doing?
22.
Come on, defense. Y'all been doing fine. You ever do that shit? The defense, they still got 21 goddamn points. And this is like, okay, the defense obviously been holding their ass. And then as soon as you turn the game on, they start fucking up. Maybe I need to, man, goddamn, that snow is coming down. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but the Texans is still hanging out there. It's 21-16 now. Come on, come. Don't let them run. See, you watch the goddamn defense, and it's just like, motherfucker. Motherfucker. That's, you look at the defense, that's what you thinking. Motherfucker. But the offense hop on it, they need the defense need to force some goddamn turnovers, but man, I don't know. I guess I'll watch the rest of this game. And I might have a second video after this post game, depending on what the fuck happened. If they just go on and lose this, all my thoughts is still the fucking same. If they show some goddamn gumption and come back, then I'll probably have another video. I'm so sick of CJ. Just, you know what? I'm gonna catch y'all a little later, man. These fucking Texans, man. Shit.